Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Sarah. Welcome back to my channel, and before we get started with today's video, remember to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and without further ado, let's get on with the video. Today's video is going to be a mood reading vlog. I'm just going to be mood reading for a while, and I'm just going to take you guys along with me, and we'll see what books I end up reading. So to start off, I'm going to be reading a library book that I have out, and that is Blood in the Water by Tiffany T. Jackson. This is a new release. It came out very recently, like I'm pretty sure just a month ago maybe, or maybe even this month. It is a very new release, and I'm excited to read this. It is a middle grade murder mystery, and that's really all I know about it. I've heard one review, and the person I watched liked it. They didn't love it, but they liked it, and they just said it was a little too middle grade-y, but I'm excited. So let's go get reading. I've made it to page 67 of Blood in the Water, and this book follows our main character, Kaylani. She is a 12-year-old girl, and her father is in prison. We don't know what he did or if he was guilty or not, but all she wants is for him to get out of prison so she can see him again. And she ends up going on this vacation by herself because her mom is like forcing her to go to Martha's Vineyard for the summer. And when she gets there, she's staying with this girl and her family that she knew when she was really little. And this girl that she's staying with, horrible. She is the meanest kid ever. And oh my gosh, it is hard to read about how awful this kid is. And yeah, it's just, this kid is horrible, and they're all just very snobby and just very frustrating. And so there's also references to Jaws, which I love because they're talking about like the movie and just, stuff to do with Jaws. And I like that because I love the movie Jaws, one of my favorite movies of all time. And so that is what's happened so far. She has now this new goal because she finds out that the Obamas go to Martha's Vineyard every summer, and she is determined to meet them so they can get her dad out of prison. And yeah, I don't know why she thinks that plan's gonna work, but that is what's happened so far, and unfortunately, I'm not loving this one. I don't know what I'm frustrated and bored, but I'm not disliking it. I know that sounds like I'm disliking it, but I'm not. But I'm also not liking it. I'm only 67 pages in, but it's kind of like a 3-star for me. It's very meh, whatever. It's a book. And I'm probably going to finish it because it's a very short. It's like 250 pages, and the font is huge. So I am probably going to finish this hopefully very soon. Today is Friday that I'm filming this, and tonight, so I'm hoping to get some more reading done. Tomorrow I have quite a busy day, and then Sunday I just want to read. So hopefully I can finish this book by the end of Sunday, and I'm very happy I got this one from my library because I was going to buy this book. Like, this was on my wish list. I was really interested in this one and considered buying the physical copy. And I'm very glad I decided to check to see if my library had it. Did that make any sense? If my library had it, because I'm just so glad I didn't spend my money on this. It's not bad, but it would definitely be an unhaul if I owned the physical copy myself. So glad that I decided to get it from the library, and I am going to go continue reading, and I'll see you guys later. I finished Blood in the Water. I gave it 3.5 stars. I had a good time with this one, and I really loved our main character, and once the murder happened and things just started to get more intense, and she was solving the mystery, and I really loved it. I didn't see the twist coming, and I really loved it. And the kid who was annoying as hell that she was staying with, she grew, like she changed and grew as a person. And I just really had a good time with this one. So 3.5 stars. I'm not sure what I'm going to read next, but I will let you guys know when I decide. Yesterday, I went and saw the new Superman movie, and I liked it. Superman typically isn't one of my favorite superheroes. He's just all right in my eyes, but I really did enjoy this movie, and I'm glad I saw it. I would recommend it. I also, last night, started Forbidden King by Laura Pavlov. This is book 3 in the Magnolia Falls series, and I made it to page 17, chapter 2, so not very far in at all, but this follows, Kingston and Sailor, and Kingston is one of the men in the, like, there's this group, like this found family with all these guys, and they've been like family since they were kids, like they are that close friends. And this one is about him, Kingston, and one of the other guys in the friend group, his little sister. So it is best friend's little sister, and I am enjoying it so far. Obviously, not much has happened. I don't have too much to say, but the prologue was so sweet, and I really enjoyed the prologue. And then chapter 1 was fine. Nothing really happened, and I am excited to continue on. I do enjoy Laura Pavlov's writing quite a bit. I've read the first 2 in this series, loved book 1. Book 2 was good, I enjoyed it, and I'm excited to see my thoughts on this one. I'm going to try and keep this update short because it is so hot, but I'm on page 129 of Forbidden King. I'm loving this book so much. It's giving me the 5-star feels, and I think it's my favorite in the series so far. I am obsessed with these characters, and she is opening a bookstore, and he has just been helping so much, and it is so sweet. Also, he was stung by a bee, and she got the stinger out, and that scene was just so sweet and wholesome, but also a little bit like just showing how they are attracted to each other. And I am really loving this book, and at this point they both know that they like each other, but they can't act on it, or at least he's like, I can't because I am best friends with your brother, and I am just really loving this. Let's go continue reading. I am soaked in sweat. I am so hot, but I'm going out swimming today, and that is why I'm in my bathing suit. But I finished Forbidden King. I gave it 5 stars. I loved it. It's my favorite book in that series, and it just really makes me want to buy the next book and continue on with the series. I loved it so much, and I highly recommend this series if you have not read it already. It is the Magnolia Falls series by Laura Pavlov. And next, I'm going to be starting 2 books, I think. I'm going to be reading an ARC on my Kindle and then a physical book. And the ARC that I'm going to be reading is Nobody in Particular by Sophie Gonzalez. This one has already come out. It came out in June, but I haven't gotten to it yet. And I am very nervous for this one because it is YA romance. And as you guys may know, I love romance, not YA romance. I am not a fan of YA contemporary or romance, and I did not know this was YA when I requested it. And then I was looking at Goodreads and just like some reviews last night, and a lot of people are saying it's a very young YA, which makes me even more terrified to read it. But it's only like 350 pages, hoping I can read it pretty quickly, and that's why I've decided to read another book at the same time, so I don't feel like I don't get into a slump, hopefully. I am going to be reading Please Sir by Daisy Jane. This is the first book in a series. I'm not sure what series. It says Bluebell something series. And this one is a single dad, and it is, I assume, very spicy, and I'm just very excited for this one, so let's go get reading. I have a reading update. I am 11% into Nobody in Particular, and I'm liking it so far. This book follows Danny, who has moved to a new country where she is attending a very prestigious school on a scholarship, and at this school everyone is rich and famous, and last names really matter because everyone needs to know how wealthy you are, and that determines how much people want to hang out with you. And so she does not belong at this school at all. Then we are also following Rose, who is a princess, literally. She is a princess, she is royalty, and she is also going to this school, and something has happened that we don't know of. She's grieving something, and she also lost her best friend. Like, her best friend is now her ex-best friend, and her ex-best friend is now befriending Danny, and so Rose doesn't like Danny because she doesn't come from wealth, and she's, stands out, and she doesn't belong. And I think also part of it is jealousy that her ex-best friend Molly is now friends with Danny. And so I think that they have this, like, not enemies, but like they don't get along. They're not getting along. And then our main female character, Danny, well, they're both our main female characters. Danny is bisexual, but she doesn't really want to tell anyone because she doesn't think it'll be accepted among these people. So she hasn't told anyone. And then we don't know about Rose or her sexuality yet, but it is a romance between the two of them. And I am enjoying it so far. It is good. It's enjoyable. It's a lot better than I was expecting it to be. So that is a nice surprise. And I also started Please Sir by Daisy Jane. I'm on chapter 6, page 71. And so far, this follows our main female character who is a teacher. She moves to this town and becomes a teacher. And her favorite student of her class and is on the cheerleading team because she's the cheerleading coach for one of the ages, but her favorite student is the daughter of our main male character, and these two have had like no interactions. They interacted in the first chapter, or maybe it was even the prologue, where he helped get a splinter out of her hand, and that's their only interaction. We see our main female character with his daughter and him with his daughter, and we don't have any scenes of them together, but I am really enjoying both of our main characters, and I do love his daughter a lot, and I'm just very intrigued and interested in this book. Not much has happened, obviously, since they haven't really had any time to get to know each other or even speak to each other, but I'm excited to see where this goes, so let's go get reading. I'm 32% into Nobody in Particular, and I'm still liking it. Our main two characters have become friends now. They still tease each other all the time, but they are hanging out together 24/7, and they're friends now, and slowly realizing they maybe have more than friends feelings, but they're not really realizing it. They're just acting it and then realizing, oh, was that moment weird? Like that kind of stuff. But I'm still really liking it. Not much to say about it though. And I'm 109 pages into Please Sir by Daisy Jane. Our main characters still have barely had anything to do with each other because they haven't spoken to each other, had any scenes together since I last updated you guys. And I am still really enjoying it. I like our main characters a lot. Our main female character, she's really fun and just enjoyable to read about, and our main male character is awesome. I love his character, and in his spare time, he makes sex toys. Yes, I know. This guy is just really great, and he really cares about his daughter, and he's trying to make an effort to be involved in his daughter's life, but she's really pushing him away, and it's going good. I'm enjoying the books so far, so let me get back to reading. I'm 79% into Nobody in Particular, and I'm really, really enjoying this one. So we have had a breakup already that was like 50% through the story, and then they got back together, and there's just a lot of drama and speculation of them because one of our main female characters is royalty. She is a princess, so they're constantly in the spotlight, and it's very not allowed for a princess to be a lesbian. And so there's that, and they have to keep hiding their relationship. Our other main female character has just come out to the world as bi, and now these two are kind of like, somebody is trying to show the world that they're together and get the princess and them in trouble, and it's somebody, they think it's somebody that's really close to them, like goes to their school, possibly even in their friend group. And so there's a little bit of a mystery aspect, and I need to know who it is because there was one person that comes to mind that I can think of, but actually there's two. But there's really one person, and I really hope it's not them, but I'm going to go continue reading. I will update you guys when I finish this, which hopefully will be tonight. I didn't think I was going to film this update tonight, but I am, even though I have a major headache. But I finished Nobody in Particular. I gave it 5 stars. I loved this book so much, and the ending was just so intense and started to pick up, and I loved the entire book. These two characters were incredible, and they were just the cutest, and I just wish them all the best. They were amazing to read about, and I had such a fun time with this story. It was so cute and fluffy, but also really emotional, and like, not like, it wasn't sad in my opinion, but it had emotion to it, and it had depth, and it was really, really good. And I would highly recommend this book. I had the best time with it, and that is my update. I'm still reading Please Sir by Daisy Jane, hoping to finish that tomorrow. And I don't know how much I have left of that. I should have checked. I'm over halfway, I'm pretty sure. I think I may only have 100-something pages left. I'm not too sure, but I will update you guys again probably tomorrow. I finished Please Sir, and I gave it 4.5 stars. I love this book. I'm not sure what I've updated you guys with so far, but this was Dom Sub BDSM, spicy, kinky, fun time, and I loved every second of this book. It was so good. I highly recommend, and this was just such a good read, and it was very fast-paced and just highly, highly recommend. Next, I'm going to be reading an arc of A Wreck You Make Me by Saffron A. Kent. This one comes out on August 8th, and today is the 4th, so I need to read that pretty quickly. I don't know if I'm going to be able to read it in time, but yeah, that is what I'm going to be reading next. And this was my second book for August, which I'm a co-host for Team Siren Song, and this was my second book for that because Nobody in Particular was my first. And then this one can also count for Cliterature Readathon, which is hosted by Steph from Steph Loves, and it is like a bingo board, and I'm not sure what prompt or like what space I'm going to use this for. I think possibly series, because it is book 1 in a series, but I'm not sure. And I'm going to be reading A Wreck You Make Me, and I don't really know anything about this book at all, but I'm excited. Never read a Saffron Kent book, but I've heard amazing things. Let's go get reading. I've read 15% of A Wreck You Make Me. So far, I'm liking it. I don't have very many thoughts or opinions yet, but I'm liking it. And so this is following our main female character who has been stalking our main male character. She was stalking him for a while. Then she ended up becoming best friends with his little sister. So it is best friend's brother and stalker. She was stalking him, and she still is. And so they have run into each other at 2 different jobs of hers. Once she was a waitress, or yeah, I forget where, but they ran into each other, and he was acting really smug and arrogant, saying like he can read her mind and he knows what she wants, and she wants him, but he's not going to be with her. And then in the scene like I am right now, the last chapter I read, she is working as a waitress at a strip club, and then he is there getting a lap dance from someone. She is jealous, so she goes over and spills drinks on them, and the other woman who was giving him the lap dance is really upset, but he pays her a ton of money, and she walks away, and then he says, "Now you have to give me a lap dance." And she leads him to a private room, and she does like some pole dancing, and then she like goes over to him and gets close to him, and says that she's not going to give him a lap dance and knees him in the groin. And that is where we are at so far. I am really enjoying it. I really do like our main characters, and he's just very cocky and arrogant and smug, and like everything you would not like in real life, but in fiction, it's working for me, and I'm enjoying this, so I'm gonna go continue reading. I am just past the 60% mark in A Wreck You Make Me, and I am still absolutely loving this book. I cannot recommend it enough. Definitely, it is dark. I haven't picked up on too many triggers, I think, that would be triggering for people, but definitely check trigger warnings and just know it is a dark romance, but it is so good, and you guys need to pick this book up. It releases tomorrow as of the day I'm filming this. It is August 7th today, and tomorrow is the 8th. So by the time you guys see this, it is out. Go pick it up. It is so freaking good. And now I really want to read all of Saffron Aiken's backlist, but I am really having a good time. The scene where our MMC was vulnerable and for the first time in the book, and it was just so sweet, but it was just so beautiful, and I am loving this book so far. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil anything, but these two characters are incredible, and even though he acts like an ass, he is a really sweet guy, and I love this book. Let's go get reading. I finished A Wreck You Make Me, and I loved this book. I gave it 4.5 stars. My only issue with this book was there were so many conflicts that just kept coming up, and then they'd get back together and forgive each other, and then another thing would come up. So near the end of the book, that is my only complaint. I loved this book so much, and I am just so excited to read other books by this author, and also I highly recommend this book. It was such a fun time, and this is my third book completed for ARC August, and this one was over 500 pages, so that was a good amount of pages logged. And also for Cliterature Readathon, I'm still not sure what prompts I'm going to go with for this one, and I need to take another look at the board, because in all honesty, I was going to before I filmed this clip, and then I forgot. So I need to go figure out what it'll work for. But I also started Lore Olympus Volume 1, and today is the start of, last night is the start of Face the Kraken for ARC August, and this is a mini event going on within the Readathon, and the competitive teams are trying to read collectively as many pages as they can, because we need to read 40,000 pages in order to beat the Kraken, or else each team loses points, and we do not want that. So I'm trying to read as much as I can, and so I've started with Lore Olympus Volume 1, and I'm a third of the way through, probably over a third, and I don't like it. I have seen tons and tons of people read this book, and every single one has absolutely loved it, but I don't. I don't hate it. It's not horrible, but it's definitely not good either, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's just missing a whole lot. There's not enough plot or enough. I know it's a graphic novel, so there's not going to be as much as I'm hoping for in it, but it's really not doing it for me like I hoped it would. And I'm going to finish this volume, and as of right now, I'm thinking a 2.5 star, but I'm going to have to see when I finish this, and I'll update you guys when I finish it. I finished Lore Olympus Volume 1. I gave it 2 stars. I did not like this book. As of right now, it is out of all the books I've completed this year, it is my least favorite book of the year, and I'm just very disappointed about that, because I really wanted to love it. And you might love it, so I don't recommend it, but I know a lot of people love it, so I definitely think if you can get your hands on it from your library or something, I say give it a try. Maybe it's for you. It was definitely not for me though. And that's very disappointing, because I really wanted to love it, but I unfortunately did not. And that is going to be it for this video. And, oh, I need to go log that. I did not log that for my pages for Face the Kraken yet. I need to do that right after I finish filming this. I cannot forget because I need to remember so that we can beat the Kraken. But that is going to be it for this video. If you made it this far, please leave a book stack emoji because we read a bunch of books in this video. And before you go, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everyone.